Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading at the end of October. We're still in this eclipse energy. I want to take a look and see what's going on for you. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. We're just getting started here. There's an all signs channel that I have called Elysian Lotus Tarot. You may be familiar with it. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest, you guys. Oh, interesting. Scorpio. Ooh, okay. Scorpio, there's an energy here of kind of coming up out of a pretty emotional time. It may have been a connection that, man, ended kind of harshly. There's something here about going deep to kind of free ourselves, and that it's kind of the energy of where we have to lean into the shadow. We have to lean into the parts that hurt, to the wound, to the pain, to kind of come out the other side of it. It's like the only way to get between. I'm very tongue-tied right now, so that can be some kind of clue. But it's like you may have a lot of thoughts but be having trouble expressing them, or you may be having a lot of feelings and not sure why. It's like that kind of feeling of like not really being able to put your finger on it. But what it's coming from is a deep space of healing. I really feel like it. I feel like there may have been a relationship that sort of was transformational in some way. It may have either given you the confidence to sort of really go for it in life, even though it may not have worked. Or it's like, sometimes I see this happen a lot in the tarot, actually. But just like another scenario is like when somebody really breaks our heart and we want to show them that we're fine, sometimes we will like rise up. We will push ourselves even like beyond those limits. I'm feeling kind of that sort of energy of like, the best revenge is living your best life kind of a thing. But it isn't just for revenge. Like, this is really honest and true. It almost feels like this is part of why you had this relationship to begin with, is because it was leading you to this place. And, there's an olive branch in this dove's mouth, and it's almost like a relationship or something that we had trouble coming to a place of peace with from our past, where we couldn't really deal with our feelings around it, or we couldn't understand them or explain them. We might have even been a kid when this happened. All we know is the rush of emotion it caused within us, or like how it felt. And this relationship may have sort of triggered this energy, and it may be like divine timing for this energy to be healed and for you to finally be free of some karmic cycle associated with this particular wounding. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what it feels like here. So I want to find out more about this wounding, about this relationship. What is this relationship with the seal here? What is the seal? Oh, man. Oh, this is like the Fleetwood Mac song, Silver Spring. Like, you could have been my everything. You could have been the one that, we had success and victory. Like, we made it to the other side. It could have been Two of Cups, Six of Wands. But you couldn't do it. But you couldn't hang in there. But you just couldn't love me. You just couldn't let me love you. The lyrics of that song may actually resonate, or like the story around that song, of Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, and just the entire Rumors album. It's a pretty epic story, actually. Yeah. Oh, I feel like it was a bit of a struggle for you to let go of this idea that this was your 10 of Cups, Scorpio. You know, and with the Princess of Cups in reverse, this is obviously you. And it shows the Princess of Cups in reverse is when we are not in alignment with our true authenticity. Like, this can be where we convince ourselves we want something, or we convince ourselves that we're okay without something, or we convince ourselves something doesn't hurt because we prefer for it to look a certain way. Or, it's like putting that happy face on when you're broken inside, acting like you're fine, acting like you're normal when inside your heart is breaking, and you're sensitive to light and sound, and, you're in a very simple state. There's an energy here of a disconnect from emotion, and it may be deep emotion, and it may be grief. And what's interesting is grief is the antidote to trauma. It's the way we heal trauma, is to like feel it, to let it out, to cry it out, to get it out, to not suppress it, not resist it. That only intensifies it. And I feel like it's something that's like going to be continuously triggered until we heal it, because it's achy. It's a sobbing wound, and it's keeping you out of alignment with what you actually really want, or like with your true heart space, with your true emotion, being honest with yourself about the way that you feel. So I feel like, when we're in a state like this, we can easily put our happiness in someone else's hands. We can kind of say, you know what, you make me happy, or you complete me, or the vision I have of our future, of the emotional contentment that we could have here, is magnificent. And it's so beautiful. Of course you're going to see it, but eventually, if you don't see it now or whatever, and it's like, I feel this energy of having trouble letting that go, even though what actually happened here doesn't reflect this. It's like you may have been dealing with someone who thrives off attention, that makes themselves feel macho or fulfilled, or like a big shot. In some way feeds their ego to get attention, to possibly even win a heart. Some people are in love with the idea of a relationship, or that energy of the chase leading up to the relationship. You may have been dealing with someone like that. But the thing is, regardless of what the exact situation here is, I don't actually even think it matters. I think that's you with you. And I think that you have figured it out, or you are about to figure it out with this awakening. It's the energy of judgment. It's where all the loss and the dead inside that we feel becomes alive again. It's filled with life. We can feel it, and it's okay. We're at peace with it. Because we've let that wounding go. We've freed ourselves from it. We liberated ourselves from that thing that was keeping us dead inside, in that space. So the purpose of this relationship, I feel like, Scorpio, was to bring about this awakening, or was to, bring you to this place where you could actually heal this wound. You may have repressed it so tight that like it had to be triggered again in order for you to like bring it up into the consciousness to be let go of. But you're doing it. And I feel the birth of a brand new dawn here with this Dove card. I mean, you're rising up out of this energy completely connected, you with you, it feels like. Actually, I am going to take this. What is the Dove for Scorpio? What is the Dove for Scorpio? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so whatever this was, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, Scorpio. I love this. Oh my, yeah. Wow. You guys, whatever this was, that was this wounding, that was triggered. It kind of was like static noise in the background all the time. It was something that really helped you formulate your beliefs. And it, I feel like, kept you in a box. You with you. It's weird. What I get from this Eight of Swords card is this energy of like, there's some kind of inconvenient truth. It's like when you have a parent that's actually totally emotionally neglectful or is extremely critical and really, really hurts you, but like they're your mom or your dad, so you love them. But they keep determining who you are and what you're capable of. And instead of supporting you like an unconditionally loving parent and telling you, hey, Scorpio, you're a limitless being. You're made of stardust. You can do anything you want with your life. It's like there was someone in your life who put these boundaries on who you were allowed to be or who you could be, and sort of didn't really let you experience or discover the actual beauty of yourself, your true self. I know this is really deep, Scorpio, but like this is your season, and that was a crazy intense eclipse. So I feel like there's this energy of needing to break free of this. But Scorpio, it's like you're pulling yourself right up out of the paradigm completely. You're not even moving these swords an inch at a time. You're just like literally rising up out of it with this healing energy. For some of you, someone may have died recently that like also may have been a catalyst for this change, or like has given you the peace or the rest from the relationship to sort of separate yourself from the actual like everyday suffering or the words even that this person said. You haven't heard them directly spoken in a while. And so it's helped you to sort of like separate yourself from them or distance yourself from whatever that criticism is. This could just be you with you, but I am getting like death with the death card and the Four of Swords. So take that as it resonates. But all of this to say, this is a major transformation. Your life will never be the same. You are not going to give the key to your happiness to someone else now. You're not going to do that. You're not going to let someone else determine whether or not you're allowed to be anything. You are marching out and you are just like, watch out. I am taking names. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, Scorpio, look, you are going after what you want. You are moving away from anything that was holding you back, any like real limiting behavior or thoughts. You're just like, no. They have no place for this new life that I'm having, that I'm emerging out of. You're coming out in a serious place of peace, a serious energy of distance and separation from what hurt you. What is this death card for Scorpio? I don't usually clarify cards on the bottom of the deck, and I don't usually clarify the death card, but this is your card, this is your season, and this is a pretty profound reading. Oh, crap. Remember how I was talking to you about unconditionally loving parents and how they tell their kids, how they talk to their kids, how they say to their kids, look, you can do anything you want. Look, I think you're a rock star. I think that nothing could ever stop you. And in fact, I support every dream that you have. It's like, instead, this person, like, did not let you really, like, some of you may have been in a narcissistic relationship here. It's like they're not letting you go, they're not letting you leave, but they're creating all this conflict within yourself. And it's like you're constantly trying, especially as a Scorpio Lord, to like emotionally accommodate what this person needs. And it's exhausting you, and you're not getting anything in return. That's a damn desert right there. And all it's doing is tying you up in knots inside and like preventing you from even seeing your own beauty. It's like you're not even looking at yourself at all. All your focus is on trying to keep this person happy, or trying to keep this person, like, keep the energy in the space okay, because you're sensitive to energy. You're freaking Scorpio. Oh my God. But it's like this person won't let you go, but they also won't love you. They won't also give you what you need. In fact, they're not really giving you a whole lot of anything. And it's like you may not have even understood what unconditionality from a parent or from whomever this is really was at the time. Like you may have not known what was wrong about it, because it was the only thing you had experienced. So this relationship here might have taught you something about unconditionality. This person may have had unconditionally loving parents, or they may have been unconditionally loving, like completely accepting and supportive. But there's just this energy of, it's like when you don't know the light side of an energy and you only know the dark side of it, what the light side is, because you haven't experienced it, is really just an illusion. It's like in yoga teacher training, we talked about I know India exists, like logically and analytically, but I've never been to India. I would love to go to India, but I have never yet been to India. So for me to say India exists, I know that for sure, it would be me bearing false witness. Because even though it's in every textbook I've ever read, and I believe my textbooks, I haven't experienced it. I haven't physically been there. So I can't say for sure that India exists. And so when you haven't experienced the light side of this energy, and you don't even know what you're working for, because you're not getting like anything in return, you're not even getting like a clue as to what it would be. Lord, Scorpio, this might be a bit dramatic. Like I'm getting that this is a bit dramatic, but I'm also getting that like sometimes you need to hear it that way just to understand what the spectrum is, or just to understand where it kind of went or came from, or to have other words for it. I'm not really sure. But there's just this energy of a whole lot of grief processing and just letting it sort of bubble up, and just understanding that no matter what it was, the type of relationship that you had with this person was draining and difficult, and it taught you to somehow put your own needs aside. And it taught you to always worry about other people's needs kind of before your own, or try to accommodate people or keep them from reaching a space of conflict in the connection. But it didn't teach you to be honest. It didn't teach you to be connected to your truth. It didn't teach you that what you were actually feeling was okay and was informative and could actually help you in the situation. So anyway, you're freeing it. I think that, if this relationship is meant to be, if this relationship is meant to have another chance, it will. It'll come back around. You're going through a major transformation, Scorpio, and I feel like anyone who's energetically connected to you is going to feel it probably at least within the next month or two, because I see this as being a really big change and a really big just release and let go of this emotional trauma. And to do that, you just have to grieve. Run a bath, pour a glass of red wine, watch some Tara Brach Love Yourself Unconditionally videos, and, love yourself, man. I'm not a doctor. I can't recommend anything, but I just feel like, Scorpio, this is just something, it's like best to let it out once and for all. Okay, let me get you some messages here, Scorpio. What an interesting first reading for you on the channel. I knew it was going to be intense. I woke up this morning and the first thing on my mind was you got to do Scorpio today. All right, if you are dealing with a water sign, I want to follow you through all time and all universes. If you are dealing with a fire sign, I desire you deeply and eternally. If you are dealing with an earth sign, you're not my usual type, but I like it a lot. You guys have somebody coming in, I really feel. If you're dealing with an air sign, you are my secret passion. Wow. Shine, you crazy diamond. Scorpio, do the thing. You're beautiful. I think you're going to have fun discovering yourself here. what you like, what you don't like, how you feel about certain things, like not in relation to anyone else. The only opinion that actually matters is your own. You don't care if it's popular, you don't care if people like it or if they accept it, it's yours. And I feel like it starts there and it just keeps going. I mean, you're getting liberated, definitely liberated from an energy that's really been rough. All right, Scorpio, I am sending you guys off with so much love and light. And I wish you guys the happiest trip around the sun if you've had your birthday recently. Happy, happy birthday. Until next time, guys, I send you off with all my very best. Oh, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.